Hey, it's Amity, welcoming you to the Gothic Heart, where we explore how to fully embrace your Gothic and alternative self in love, life, and everything in between. Whether you're navigating the dating scene, in a relationship, or celebrating your individuality solo, this is your spot for tips, inspiration, and my own journey from a courtroom attorney to a hollow wedding host. So grab your favorite drink and let's dive in. Welcome to a new episode of the Gothic Heart. It's been a while since I did a solo-sode, and I figured now is the perfect time because we started the Gothic Heart with the idea of becoming more authentic and more comfortable in yourself, which I had established at the beginning. I became comfortable with myself earlier on, but I was only just now doing it professionally and bringing it into my business. So I thought now would be a great time for an update on how that's working. So here we go. I feel amazing. You would not believe how great it feels to be able to just be so authentic. I know there's always times where we need to taper some of it down. And of course, there's still those times, and I still have to do that sometimes. But it could not feel more different when I'm doing the work or when I finish a piece because I'm working like crazy. Anyone who thinks that becoming an entrepreneur, going into business for yourself is going to be less work, wrong. It's far more work than even working corporate or 60-hour work weeks. It is far more work because it is never, ever done. However, the way you feel after you do that work is completely different. I feel good, exhausted, good, proud to share what I've got in the world, proud to continue, excited to do the next part. It's never, oh, that's done. Okay, I never want to do it again. It's not like that. And so that feeling is obviously amazing. And of course, the flexibility, which you definitely get when you work for yourself, because I've mentioned it a lot before, the work-life harmony, because there's no such thing as balance. There's going to be weeks where my family needs far more of me and weeks where work needs more of me. And that just recently happened. I was posting about it on social media. Just kind of everything went crazy at the same time. And it was madness. I wasn't able to get much work done that week. However, because of all the systems and processes that I put in place, I didn't crumble. My business didn't crumble. So here's where we're at. So when I started Amity Alexandra, it was very bridal, which was great, very more natural, more commonplace designs, very appeal to the masses, as we'd spoken of before. And then I went through this long period of transition with part of the Gothic Heart, Here Is My Passion Project, and other things where I was culturing a new aesthetic for Amity Alexandra, very Victorian Gothic, very celestial, sort of witchy and boho and fairy and ethereal and sparkly and all those things, everything. And I worked very hard. I launched an entire collection, which would be my first collection. I'm wearing some of the pieces now, the Haunted Mirror pendant and the Arachnids Allure earrings, which if you're listening, we can post pictures for the show notes and for the blog. However, the entire collection was a really amazing experience. First, designing pieces that matched my aesthetic, and not for somebody else, which, don't get me wrong, I love my customs. Customs are not going anywhere. Love customs. I love creating something that tells your story and puts meaning into your pieces that you're going to wear forever, and heirloom qualities, you can pass it down. Not going anywhere. I love doing that. When I do customs, it's your style. It's your story. So I love doing that. I'm great at that. And we do it all the time, still doing that. However, this time I was designing for the brand's aesthetic, which felt very authentic to me because we were bringing the brand to more authentic to my style. So that was amazing. Plus, just seeing them come to life, creating them, making them, wearing them, photographing them. I worked with developers to launch a brand new website with full e-com capabilities, financing options. I mean, rewards club, VIP circle, which if you're not signed up for a VIP circle, hint, hint, we are doing massive discounts every weekend through the end of the year instead of just one Black Friday, Cyber Monday thing, and only VIP get that information. So all of those things have finally come to pass. We launched in October, still tweaking a bunch of things, and launched the collection. Great reception. In fact, the Arachnids Allure earrings are just so popular. People are falling in love with them, and there's 282, 83 diamonds in them. It's just, I love them. So a natural extension, because when I'm launching a collection and planning for that, that's when it finally does launch. It's not, that was the end. I'd already been planning for the next thing, right? You've got to keep on top of it, keep going. And so the next thing was actually cosmetics, which may seem out of the blue to some of you. So I want to go through that. Part of my background is cosmetics. In fact, a giant chunk of my background is cosmetics. I went to makeup school in 2002 in Los Angeles, and I was in cosmetics for many years, did bridal makeup in the wedding industry, worked freelance for a lot of companies, managed for a few companies. And then I went to law school and became an attorney. That's a big part of my story that you guys know. And then when I had children and moved out to Colorado, I did not take the bar out here. And so when I went back to work, I went into cosmetics again, into management route this time. I managed for MAC, I managed for Nordstrom, I managed for Dillard's. I just a lot of lines this time. And in fact, in the year 2000, I still have the notebook. You know what? I should take some pictures for the show notes or for the blog. The notebook where I created my first cosmetics line in the year 2000. I came up with names, what I wanted the products to be, what I wanted them to look like. And it's crazy to think, what are we, 24 years later, that part of that is finally coming to fruition. Makeup has always been a giant part of my life. I've always been obsessed. You have no idea. I really attribute it to, I was born with a cleft. So I have a big scar on my lip, and so I didn't have this nose and this cheek, and the lips weren't attached. So all of that was attached after I was born and put together and everything. And I just think, while I know that I am beautiful, it's always just been a source of just discontent growing up. Always, I've got a big scar on my face. My lips are uneven. My nose is uneven. I don't look like everybody else. I mean, we all know that, right? Obviously, 40 some years later, long since come to terms with it. But I think that's what originally got me into makeup was, changing how it looks or concealer or just whatever. So I think that's sort of where it started, but the love has never gone away. And so it was a natural extension with the aesthetic that we're creating with all things sparkly and glamorous, yet still got that Gothic, Victorian, celestial undertones, a little bit of dark undertones. And what we can't find in jewelry, we can't always find in cosmetics either. So it's a natural extension for me to create that as well. And I was able to keep that same piece because you could either just go all goth, all dark, and that's one aesthetic, or, all sparkly, which is one. But what about mixing the sparkle and the goth like we do here with the jewelry line? And so that's what I wanted to bring to the palette, because you've got looks like, of course, what I'm wearing now. I'll post a picture. You've got looks like this. You could do everyday looks. We could do, hey, quick mom of 3 looks, mom of however many looks, like just swipe and go, all the way down to full on dark, sparkly goth. I just love that. And the set comes with a liquid liner too, which it doesn't get better than black liquid liner for all of your dramatic looks. So it's a natural extension. And so that's where I came. So Amity Alexandra is growing. We have expanded from just custom and launched a full collection. And now on top of the collection, we are branching into cosmetics and even a lunch party. I've got a lunch party coming up on December 8th. It's going to be so epic. It's going to have everybody who comes to the lunch party gets the full Celestial Shadows set. So you get the full palette and liner. You get brunch. And makeup workshops of your choice. We have professional makeup artists coming in, showing you how to make looks with the palette that you just got for free. Everyday glam, smoky eye, bold night out. And they're doing liquid liner tutorials. So natural liquid liner, winged eye, cat eye, like everything you could imagine. Swag bags, which of course include the collection. My jewelry collection on display for people to see in person. Raffles, prizes. It's going to be such a fun event. And I'm so excited. Just having a launch party, launching a collection. There's even more natural extensions that I'd love to bring up. And continuing on with my custom and even attracting people that have more of this aesthetic too has been just incredible. Just the amount of growth since Amity Alexandra launched October 9th of 2023. So we're a little over a year now. And it's just been incredible. One might think that by only doing Amity Alexandra to the people who have this aesthetics, that I would lose clients, lose customers, which is actually enabled the right people to find me now and know that that's not what everyone else has and know that this is right for them and actually growing. So by narrowing my audience, niching down, actually got more clients, which it sounds counterintuitive, but it's absolutely a very common thing in business. I just experienced it myself, so I want to keep talking about it. But finding your niche, finding your customers. Not everybody has to like you, which we've talked about a lot. So not everybody has to like my stuff, right? So that's the update. That's where I'm at. Cosmetics. We've got all kinds of sales and goodies going on throughout the end of the year. My birthday coming, all my kids' birthdays coming, and new things in the works, especially for next year. So if you haven't had a chance to check out my collection, because I don't do podcasts on my jewelry very often or at all, check out the collection. There are some incredible pieces. It is very high-end, beautiful jewelry. I only use gemstones, so diamonds, moissanite, sapphires, rubies, etc. And I only use precious metals. So until I launched this collection, I was only doing gold and platinum. I've launched a sterling silver collection line and even some vermeil, which is actually sterling silver plated with 2.5 microns thick of 18 karat gold. So very thick plating. So it's still precious metals, less expensive than solid 18 karat, but way more sturdy than regular plating. In fact, it's going to last a lifetime. So really excited to be able to offer a lower price point and different metal options so everyone can partake and everyone can enjoy. Lastly, thank you so much for joining me here at the Gothic Heart and keeping on. I think this is episode 31. We're somewhere up there, and it's been an amazing journey, and I can't wait to bring more businesses that have joined this culture, this aesthetic, this mood, this vibe on in the upcoming podcast. So stay tuned and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.